Hello, this is Kimberly Bass Seaton, also known as Kim Motivation. I wanted to come before you today and share some good news, but first I want to thank you for the abundance of birthday wishes and calls and texts and gifts and everything that you guys did to help me celebrate my 45th birthday last month. Also, I want to thank you all for everybody who went on my YouTube page and subscribed to my page. My goal was to get 45, but I ended up with, I want to say it's 90. So I'm so excited. It just really made my day. And thank you so much. It's been just great asking for what I want, whether it be from God or his people, and seeing that manifest in my life. So thank you. So the second thing I wanted to tell you about is I started a series called Ask Kim Ovation, and I did one video already, received 4 more. I've responded to those people via email, but I haven't had a chance to make the videos. So please excuse me until I get a free time to be able to go back to that and record the videos for those 4 questions. They're really good. I think they'll be very helpful to everybody. And the reason why I'm so busy is because I'm producing my very first women's conference. And if you don't know, most of my career has been spent working in academia, first at Georgia State University, and now I'm at Georgia Tech. And I've been working in the administration field pretty much as a project coordinator, and now my title is a faculty support coordinator. So essentially I'm doing finances and HR and event planning. But over the years, I've planned 20 plus conferences for different entities, even before I started at Georgia State, planning different conferences for different entities. That was something that I did very well. Very proud of that aspect of myself, but I never planned one for myself. And so I was like, wait a minute now, this is something I want to do. So that was my thought in January. Okay. So then coronavirus hit and everything kind of turned upside down for me. As you know, my husband, he lost both of his parents. He went through cancer treatments over the summertime. I mean, we've just been inundated, just like the rest of the world, with thing after thing after thing after thing here in 2020. But by God's grace, we made it through all of that. And so, long story short, that thought about the conference came back to me probably about 2 months ago now. And I was like, nah, I'll wait till 2021. We have a fresh start and make things happen. Okay. But then it kept gnawing at me, y'all. And so I was just like, okay, pushing it more and more out the back of my head. So then that thing started speaking through me without my awareness. And I'm going to tell you how. So one of my friends, Danny, and she's also in the conference as well, she sent me a video. Well, actually, it started a little bit before then. Let me back up. So another one of my friends and sorority sisters, Jatia, she invited me to conduct a session for the parents of her nonprofit for teens. And I did that. And that kind of just going through the experience of being a participant in her conference, it really kind of struck me in a way how professional it was, how well she put everything together, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, this is what I do on a natural basis. So again, the thought of me having my own conference came, but I kept pushing it back. So then one morning, my friend Danny sent me a video, an inspiration video. And I read it and everything. And just out of the blue, I responded back to her and I said, hey, do you ever do motivational speaking, like, your stage? So she says, yes, I do. And, and I can't remember how the conversation went, but I ended up saying to her in this moment, not even thinking about it, don't even have my calendar out. And I say, I'm having a women's conference on December the 5th. Would you like to be a speaker? She immediately agreed. Hey, I put my phone down after the conversation we're having through message. And I'm like, girl, you ain't having no conference on December the 5th. What are you talking about? And then, I can't remember the second person that I spoke to. But the second person I spoke to, whatever it was a conference call for work. That's what it was. When they got on the call, their aesthetics in the back of their room, the way the woman was speaking, this was our first time really meeting, just everything about her screamed conference participant. And so I asked her to, how would she be interested? Like, what are some things she enjoys teaching after we had our business conversation? And she told me, and I said, well, would you mind, teaching a class? So she agreed, but unfortunately she had some personal things that hindered her from fully committing to her agreement. So she had to step out. But it just went on like that. I had no plans of doing this at all. But my spirit, the idea of it, the seed that God planted in me, it would not allow me not to water it, okay? I'm talking about this thing was growing through my mouth, literally, like the leaves was coming on through. And so I had no choice but to go with it. Because guess what? Now I'm telling people I'm having a conference on December the 5th, a women's conference. So I was like, Kim, you got to make this happen. So I immediately put on my event planner hat, now a producer hat, but yes. And I began the process of what I've been doing for the last 20 years for other organizations, but for Kim Ovation. And one of the things that I love to say, my motto in life is keep it moving, which is also a play on my name, K.I.M. And I just said that is going to be the name of my conference. Why? Simply because during this year, a lot of us have become stagnant. 2020 has frozen a lot of us, and a lot of us feel stuck in whatever is going on. Frustrated, disappointed, mad, angry, grieving, hurt, misunderstood, not understanding, leaning to our own understanding. And I said, let's end this year with a bang. Let's end this year keeping it moving. Okay. A lot of people keep saying, throw 2020 in the trash. Yes, I hear you. I do. I'm not oblivious to what you're trying to say. But 2020 going in the trash means you go in the grave. Okay. So we have, I think they said 60, don't get me wrong, I think it's a little less than 60 days left in this month, in this year. And which means that we are obligated to live each day that God gives us and to pursue whatever we can do to maintain, thrive, and live. And so the purpose of my conference is to help women to embrace life so that they can improve the things in their life that they need to in order to have a wonderful 2021. And in order to end 2020 on a positive note. Okay. 2020 actually began on a positive note. None of us in January were quite clear that any of this was going to happen. So I want us, even in the midst of still having coronavirus and the numbers rising of deaths and cases, I want us to be able to go into the next 2 months with a positive attitude, with an attitude of gratitude, with an attitude of knowing that this too shall pass, okay? No matter what it is in your life, not just Rona, but all the things that are going on in your life, this too will pass. So I created this conference as a spark, as like lighting the match for the fire inside of you so that you can spark yourself back up, get moving on the things that you need to do. No matter what it is, hopes, dreams, health, attitude, relationships, jobs, whatever it is, the goal of my conference is to strike that match in these women and give them the permission to end 2020 in a great way. And so, I wrote down a couple of, so first of all, I have 62 people registered as of today. And right now it is, oh Lord, what is today? I think it's the 11th. But I have 62 people, 62 wonderful women registered. I have 9 presenters. And there's going to be 4 sessions in the morning. And you get to choose one of the sessions that you want to go to. And then we all come back together and we do a career panel discussion where you will learn about not just career 9-to-5 careers, but also things about entrepreneurs, best practices, etc. And so then we break up again, and then we have a afternoon session where you get to choose from 5 different classes for 1 hour to learn and explore and get that spark back in you. And then we leave. and just a couple of classes. We have a budget one-on-one class. We have a yoga meditation class. We even have a live healthy cooking demo class. Yes, somebody's going to be in their kitchen cooking and showing you how to do things a little bit more healthier. I already talked about the career development panel, and that's with career coaches. We have a certified resume writer that's going to be on the panel. And then we have a class about building, maintaining faith. This is a faith-based class. We also have a self-care class. A lot of people are like, oh, you have to have self-care. Self-care is the new black. Well, how the heck do you do self-care? Okay. So she's going to teach you, Dr. Jones is going to teach you how to get and maintain self-care in your life. So anyway, I'm not going to hold you long. It's almost been 10 minutes, but I just want to say thank you for everyone who has registered, everybody that has shared my post, everybody who has become a vendor. Oh my goodness, we have some great vendors. Everybody who's volunteered to be moderators, and everybody who has just been sending me well wishes and hopes and prayers and everything. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already done so, look on my page and check out the information about the conference, and think about, if that's something that it works for you, and also share it with your good girlfriends. And just always, always, always remember that this too shall pass, and we got to keep it moving. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Take it easy. Love ya.